This video falls under fair use. Fair use allows commentary, criticism, and reactions. What's up, back with another one. So Joe Budden breaks down the Pat Beverly and Klay feud over Meghan. Check this clip out.
Oh, it's for me.
It's for the show.
Thank you. Oh, look at my parents. That's so sweet. Anyway, what else? We done with...
we skipped right over the...
Oh, yeah. So...
I'm sorry, Mark.
No, it's all good. This is way better. There was a conversation on the Pat Bev's podcast. He was with Jason Williams, who's on the show, and they're having a conversation. They were talking about
Jason Williams.
I'm sorry, white chocolate.
Oh,
Jason
white chocolate.
Williams.
Okay.
Yeah. And
who be on that part?
That's
Does he really?
Yeah.
Yes.
Not to be confused with the other Jason Williams who be in his house.
Both. Oh my. Oh, it's
He
three.
got the most-
I wasn't even talking about that one. I was talking about the one from Duke.
Jay Will.
I was talking about Jay Will from Duke. Yo,
I forgot about... Yo, you got a problem,
And
bro.
then the villain laughed right after me.
Yeah.
That's what
That was a solid joke. I'm sorry.
It was a
That's why I asked.
So, thank you.
It's a sensitive topic in Jersey.
It is.
Yeah, man.
It's on the
Got enough
Nets.
from Jersey.
I mean,
Philly ass nigga.
So,
white chocolate.
White chocolate and Pat Bev have they're on this podcast. They were talking about Klay Thompson's performance. For those that don't know, Klay Thompson, who formerly played for the Warriors, now plays for the Mavs, has been a bit of a shooting slump and just isn't playing at a high level in most people's estimation like he used to.
Which is funny because he's on record saying that part of why I wanted to go to the Mavs is to play alongside Luka. They shipped Luka right out of town.
Yeah,
right.
start throwing some air balls too.
I can imagine that looks different.
Yeah, in fact, and Kyrie's hurt. I mean, your play is going to be different when you're not around.
Klay also hasn't been Klay in a while.
He's had an
Nah, he was
ACL
good
and an
last
Achilles tear.
He wasn't the worst last year.
Wasn't the
Klay
worst.
and Klay.
But he wasn't Klay.
But he
though.
don't-
Klay.
He has two.
He ain't gonna be Klay.
He's
that's our point.
35 with an Achilles and an ACL.
Yeah.
Like, what are we talking
What do
about?
you expect? But anyway,
people are attributing it not so much to his age, but to the fact that he's been dating Meg the Stallion.
which is unfair to her, but the game is the game.
But it goes back to what we were saying. Behave and perform differently when they're happy.
And well, that seems to be the theme of
that's
today.
the theme.
So Jason Williams pulled out one of his West Virginia sayings, and he said, "You know where I come from? We say, you know, can sink a battleship, drag a battleship into the sand, basically." Yeah, and basically was blaming her for that. So then Klay Thompson goes on social media and responds to these statements. And he basically said to them, guys, come on, y'all better than this, referring to my girlfriend as is not cool. He tells, he said, what if Pat Bev and both of them sort of, what are you doing? Like, what if I talked about your wives in this way? You know, do better. That was the basic response. And people have different feelings about it.
I call him a dweeb for that?
I'm joking though.
Okay.
I definitely a dweeb.
Who, Klay Thompson?
Yeah.
So Klay's I understand everybody's position on this. If you Klay and your girl is like, yo, what they say? You got to do something, right? I'm sure he might not have been motivated solo to do that. This feels like one of my girl told me to do it.
Plus,
situation.
Meg has had a really horrible experience online.
She's had an awful experience online. She's getting targeted. She's getting smeared. She's getting misrepresented. She's getting lied on. So,
yeah, that's what's happening.
Which has been affirmed when Tory.
We'll get to that.
We'll talk about Tory later. But and shout out to Meg. So he responded the way I think you have to if you're the boyfriend. I didn't think what they did was that crazy. I don't think they were trying to be disrespectful. I think he was just trying to use his old country saying. I wish he hadn't used that word, and I wish he had spoken about it with more respect. I think he's right to feel away, but it wasn't as egregious as I was expecting it to be when I saw the comment.
That's not referring to her as either.
Yeah.
That's not the same. That's why I called him a dweeb, because you
Totally
like you
different.
crying. He is like.
I don't know the quote. If the quote is what Mark said the quote is, it ain't even
I
really.
thought you
It's
would have
just
knew because you from the South.
I ain't from the South.
I thought you was from Virginia.
Yo, where are you from?
I'm from New Jersey.
Where are you from,
I'm from
Antoine?
New Jersey.
So you're not from Virginia?
Let me just jump in real quick, because you can already see how this whole conversation shifts once people start bringing outside distractions into the mix. Some folks act like a player can never multitask, but others look at how patterns stack up over a season. Pat Beverly just kept it real.
No.
What?
Once you make up your mind, man.
It only
Never
takes
said I was from Virginia.
Or DC.
We talked about.
Never said I was from
Virginia.
Virginia. My family's from Virginia. Antoine is from New Jersey.
We should learn about each other.
Who Antoine?
Me.
What?
That's his government.
Hello.
Can I call you Twine?
No.
Let's go, Twan.
It's been voted on.
What's wrong with Twan? You don't like that?
You know what's wrong with Twan.
His name is just Twan now.
I think part of the problem in what he was saying is this behavior uncalled for, especially somebody that was in the league, like we peers.
Right.
Oh yeah,
That's the part that we drive.
Come on, y'all.
You in the league.
Right, that's what he said.
Like, you know the stories that are in the locker rooms. You know what's going on there. Like, there should be some type of code where we don't speak about. You don't.
Yeah, I don't think their intent was to be disrespectful. Yeah, I agree. I don't think their intent was to be disrespectful, but I understand why Klay feels the way he does. And then there's another level of this which they didn't get at, but I think is the point, which is we make women the scapegoat for dumb, right? Like Klay Thompson is not failing to thrive because he's having to make or dating.
It's not making women the scapegoat for dumb shit. It's making that happiness because again we just talked about
Klay
dude being happy.
Yeah, but you know they said the same about Taylor Swift. It's like when a football player.
It's definitely the women thing.
It's like when you dating a woman, they suddenly act like, oh yeah, you can't play no more. You concentrate. You lost your mind. You get dragged into this. I don't think it's just happiness because when people are rich and famous and thriving, they don't say that. It's only when they date somebody.
It's about relationship happiness, and it don't always. Again, we've heard dudes that I use his music. When Joe was happy and in a relationship, they was like, I can't wait for her to break your heart so we can get some good music.
But that's the thing, they never do it the other way. They never goes the other way around. That's proof is about.
We was just saying about Mary. It's the other way around. We was just saying that. How when she was with this, it was that.
See, I see that with music, but with athletes, it seems like whenever I hear about athletes, it's almost like you're being distracted. You're not focused on your craft.
There's another reason why we don't say it about the athletes. The women athletes kind of. Women athletes.
That's not what he's saying.
I understand what Mark is saying, and I think it's bull. I think Klay's game.
That was low.
I like the
a good low joke by Freeze going under the radar. Go Freeze.
Well done.
Yeah, Klay game just not that no more.
What's up? So what are my thoughts about this? Here's the thing. When situations like this pop off, people always try to push everything into a simple narrative, but this particular clash between Pat Bev and Klay has layers that fans keep debating from every angle. On one side, some people look at performance dips and automatically start connecting them to lifestyle choices, especially when social media and public relationships get involved, and that can spark strong reactions because everyone has a different standard for what they think affects focus. Others think the whole conversation gets blown up because anytime a well-known player shows personality off the court, it becomes easy for outsiders to jump in and make assumptions. What stands out, though, is how Pat Bev approaches this stuff, because he tends to speak in a straight, no-nonsense style that some fans really appreciate, especially when the topic is discipline, preparation, and whether certain habits might play a role in on-court rhythm. At the same time, conversations around Meghan always get amplified since the online world talks about her constantly, but even with all that noise, the core discussion here is still about athletes balancing attention, pressure, and expectations while trying to keep their game sharp. Okay, so drop a comment, smash that like button, and make sure you subscribe for more videos like this, and I'll see you in the next video.